something called the spleen. This is the spleen. Now, the reason why the spleen is one of the major things that we work on in healing is because this is where the blood cleanses all its toxemia into the actual lymphatic system. Again, the spleen is one of the biggest lymphatic associated tissues known to the human body other than the liver. And we're not going to talk about the liver today because the liver have over 12,000 different types of functionalities with the lymphatic system. One of them is producing bile then acting as a aggregate and blocking up and basically plugging up all types of holes that you have been, putting in your body due to acidosis, and opening up the bile ducts, pushing it into the actual interstitium tissues and fluid of the body that cause you to open up what they call metabolic pathways. And all a metabolic pathway is a pathway of elimination, meaning that it's a pathway for you to detoxify. All right. So the spleen is amazing. Why do I love the spleen? I love the spleen is because the blood, not only is erythrocytes made in the spleen, red blood cells are made on spot at the spleen. The spleen is dope. So you got red blood cells that's made inside of the bone marrow. You got white blood cells that's actually made inside of the bone marrow as well. But the spleen's so dope, it make red blood cells on the spot just in case you start getting low on platelets. And it'll dump it right into the bloodstream. Then the blood will go through the spleen, and then it will actually give all its toxemias to keep its pH at a 7.45. It'll dump it off into the spleen, and the spleen will cross over the capillaries. Remember, I called it lymphatic and blood capillary jumping. They will exchange with each other. Because if you look at the lymphatic system have macro amino acids in them. It has glucose sugar in them. It has so many minerals in them. If you look at the actual healing constituents of the lymphatic system and the ingredients, it acts as a straight defense system. And all of this is actually inside of the spleen. So the spleen actually deals with the blood and deals with the lymph at the same time, and they constantly trading and exchanging certain types of things. So the blood will be at the spleen like, man, I got this bad baggage, go and take it. The lymphatic system be like, look, I got some macrophages for you, let me go and put it inside the bloodstream. I just made some erythrocytes, let me give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Go and put that inside the bloodstream. So you have this beautiful exchange of trash and of quality that goes back and forth between the blood and the lymph system. If y'all got that so far, type in some sevens and we'll keep it going. Because now we almost to what I was talking about, which is the gut. The gut is the most important part, because if you can cleanse the gut, you can get rid of that volumetric pressure, and then you can drain and cleanse the whole brain. We have to understand that the adrenal glands is in the gut. Let me show you why. If you look at the kidneys, that's a kidney right there, y'all. On top of this kidney is the adrenal gland. So even the autonomic nervous system, or what they call the enteric nervous system, commands the gut. The gut is the first brain. It's not the second brain. The gut communicates with the brain and tell the brain that it's hungry. The brain don't tell the gut that it's hungry. The gut is what communicates with the whole entire body. If you actually look at the ileum and you look at the ecum and the jejunum or the duodenum, you look at these gut tissues, don't it look like a brain? Look at it. Don't it look like a brain? They have the same similar type of neurological tissues. In fact, you have more melanin neurotransmitters and serotonin in the actual gut than you have in your brain. So if we're going to talk about the true God or the true beast or the true Lord or the true brain, it's the gut. That's why you got to overcome it. Because if your gut ain't right, your brain ain't right. If your gut ain't right, your life ain't right. A disciplined man is a man that can discipline his gut. His gut controls his penis. Your gut controls everything in your body. So if you want to know who's a disciplined person and who you want to be next to during war, it's a man that have overcame his gut. And these are just facts. All right. Now, we in the gut area. Now, once you get to the gut area, we actually talked about the spleen and we actually talked about the thymus gland. But now you're starting to get into other things. So I'm going to pull out the actual lymphatic cadaver. So this is the lymphatic cadaver right here. All these little bitty little bulbs you see are what you would call lymph nodes. These little white vessels are what you would call lymph vessels. or lymph arteries. The ones that break off is what you would call lymph capillaries. Look at how, this is how much God loved you. It gave you so many different trash cans in your body. Thousands and thousands and thousands of lymph nodes. Notice that you see, let me unplug this because I want y'all to see this shit. Come on, plug this for me, Nabi. Yep, thank you. Notice that you really start to see wherever, look, notice where most of your disease is at, your so-called diseases, or where you need to really detoxify it, is where you get a bunch of lymph nodes coagulating themselves together. You're going to see a large population. Look in the axillary up under the armpits. And then you see people that are heading towards cancer get a lot of boils under their underpits. You don't even know up under your underarms, these boils are happening because you are stagnated lymphatically. And if you can move that lymph and you can get rid of or clean out them lymph nodes by bringing good bifidobacterium bacteria, by bringing good lactobacillus bacteria back into the body, for it can disintegrate and eat up those toxemias, then you won't get those boils. Boils is a sign of breast cancer. Boils is a sign of lung cancer waiting to happen. Just give it 20 years without you cleansing up your diet. Them boils up under the armpits are warning signs. Now see all the different conglomerates of lymph nodes right up under the axillary, up under them underpits. That's a major sign of cleansing. And notice when you get breast cancer or you go to get a breast biopsy, the first thing they want to do is take 7 of those. Let me take a couple of your lymph nodes and let me test them. Let me send them to a pathologist to see if they're having mutating cells. You see that? No, you ain't taking a damn thing out of my axillary area, because I realized that my lymph nodes acts as a trash can, and all I got to do is take my trash out. All I got to do is take my trash out. You see that? You wouldn't leave the trash cans on your front porch all the time. You wouldn't leave them at the beginning of your driveway, because each week that you take trash out of there, your yard begin to fill up with trash. Once the yard gets filled up with trash, then you're backing it up into the fucking house. Now that's what they call cancer or toxemia or all types of disease. You want the trash people to come pick up your trash, and that's the whole point of the lymphatic system. That's all I'm saying, family. So now look around the neck area, and you got a bunch of people with thyroid problems. Thyroid problems run very, very, very crazy in my family. I have a slow metabolism. That's the reason why I can eat all fruits and gain weight. It take a lot for me to lose weight. That's why I work out every day now, because just based off of my genes and based off of what's been passed down through my family, we have weak thyroid tissues. You see what I'm saying? So knowing that, I have to do extra things within this lifetime, within this realm, to make sure I keep weight off of me. See, that's why you got to learn your body and know your body and know who you are. Because there's different things that you can do that I can't do. There's different things that I can do that you can't do. That's why we have to really, really mind our bodies, family. So now look at all of the different lymph nodes in the cervical area, what you call the throat area. Now, people that always got a lot of mucus in their throat, or always and got to spit up mucus, or you wake up in the morning, you got to cough, and when you cough, you hacking up mucus. You are backed up cervically. The reason why you're backed up cervically, because you're eating mucus-forming foods. You're eating acidic-forming foods. You're in a toxic environment. You're putting things inside your body that's not supposed to be in your body. And this mucus is starting to coagulate in the throat area. That's what messes up the thyroid. Because, again, calcium is going to come. When mucus show up, calcium coming. Mucus, calcium, and acids is a disaster waiting to happen. That's what you call crystallization, calcification, or solidification. And the only way you can break that up is with hydration. And that sounds like a whole bar. That's a song. That's a rap bar right there. Y'all see that? Now, remember I was talking about the heart. Now, if you look, the heart was right here. I need you to come hold this real quick, Nabi. Come hold this real quick. No, yeah, you can hold that. Okay. Let's see if it's focused on me perfectly. Yep, right there. Now, if you look at the heart and the thymus gland is right here. This is called the subclavian. The subclavian duct. Y'all see the subclavian duct? Now look on the subclavian duct, y'all. You see all of these different lymph nodes? Because it's connecting to what? The heart and the thymus gland. Without the heart acts as a valve. Remember, the lungs is the pump for the blood. The heart is not a pump. The heart is a valve mechanism. That's the reason why if you bust open the heart, you see actually valves and chambers in the heart. The heart don't pump. The heart beats due to something called the sinoatrium. The sinoatrium is an impulsive regulating system to open up the valve doors to release the flow of blood. What pumps the actual blood throughout the body is the lungs. That's why if you stop breathing and if you suffocate, your blood stops flowing. But that's a whole nother topic. Now you see, now we're getting down to the spleen. Even on your stomach, you have lymph nodes.